I'm not gonna wait for the camera. Christy? All right, Ro, wave.
Okay, today I will be doing an informative speech on guns, gangs, and violence. My question is, in today's society, should guns be allowed in your household in society? My answer to your question is yes. Guns are there to protect you and your family. Guns are not there to go on a massacre or a killing spree. In my opinion, guns should be allowed in the household, but not allowed once you walk out the house or leave the house. Gangs get guns as a result of criminal activity. Burglary, theft, selling drugs to buy guns are off the street illegally, but the problem is, where do they get guns from and who do they buy it from? Because most gangs have criminal backgrounds, and most stores, well, all stores that sell guns look into your background. Obviously, most gangs that get guns end up selling drugs for them to get them, or they steal them or get them some kind of way. The amount of violence that is happening in the U.S. is ridiculous and outrageous. People in these days are even getting killed over anything, even a simple pair of shoes. According to today's record, CNN News says new studies found U.S. firearm homicides peaked in 1993 at 7.0 deaths per 100,000 people. But by 2010, the rate was 49% lower, and firearm-related violence, assaults, robberies, sex crimes was 75% lower in 2011 than in 1993. The study found it seems like every year the crime rate of guns increased. For example, just in this month, my friend's mom just recently got killed by her boyfriend just by them having a simple argument. Just by them having a gun in the house, he stabbed her and then shot her in the head. All this is a result from a simple argument. The crime rate by just having a gun in your house is increasing every year. Sometimes I think it's not even safe to have a gun in the house because of the amount of people are getting killed around the world. 2 years ago, Bill Moyers from CNN states that the total gun homicide in 2011, which they are from the FBI records, says there were 8,583 homicides. There are about 310 million guns in the country today. What is a gang? A gang is an organized group with a known leader whose activities are either criminal or at the very least threatening to your community. There are different types of gangs around the world called street gangs, prison gangs, youth gangs, sets, nations, cliques, and possesses. All these are dangerous, and most of them are in the possession of a gun. Most of the gangs that have guns either get them from selling drugs off the street so they can buy a gun from somebody. There is a law that states that anybody with a criminal background cannot purchase a gun from a shop or store. Street gangs have existed in the United States for many years, and they can be drawn back to many larger city areas. Many gangs were originally formed as a means of self-protection for family and friends within the neighborhood. Eventually, activities of these gangs led to criminal activity as a source of income. The Attorney General, Greg Abbott, states that gang members are normally between the age of 10 and 21. Most have performed well in school, and many have dropped out. Typically, the most deeply involved gang members have histories of being without adult supervision for extended periods of time on a daily basis from an early age. This means that most gangs have children in them, but most of them are influenced by their older siblings or somebody older than them. Domestic violence and abuse can happen to anyone, yet the problem is often ignored, excused, or denied. It occurs within all ages, ethnic backgrounds, and economic levels. And while women are more commonly mistreated, men are also abused, especially verbally and emotionally. Although sometimes even physically as well. Domestic abuse often escalates from threats and verbal abuse to violence, while physical injury may be the most obvious danger, the emotional and mental costs of domestic abuse are also severe. Ways that you can get help from domestic violence is once you admit that the reality of the abusive situation, then you can get the help you need. My question in today's society, should guns be allowed in your household in today's society? Now my question is no. Guns are there to protect your family, but should not be used. Ways that you can get help from domestic violence is once you admit the reality of the abusive situation, then you can get the help you need. In conclusion, after all I learned from my research and from asking people about guns, should absolutely not be allowed outside of your house or in your house. Guns causes so many lives to be taken from us every day, and this also includes violence. Now, does anybody have any questions?
So you think that guns should be only used in the house?
Well,
Or what about to protect yourself on the street?
you shouldn't bring guns outside your house.
But I mean, people are getting robbed nowadays.
Well, people
just
use
at a
them.
gas station.
Well, people use them from different things, so basically you shouldn't just have a gun at all. If you just want to go out killing people for no reason.
What about the people that own a gun legally that are, am I even in there?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. That don't have a criminal background, if they follow the rule of not having a gun, but gangs are still going to get guns, how do you feel safe knowing that you're around gang members that have guns, but you're not allowed to have one?
Well, since like now that everything's getting like really bad, what I told my mom is we should just stay in the house and just lock up, go to work and come back. That's all I think we should do.
Like the movie The Purge.
Yeah, that's all I think we should do. Because it's dangerous.
Or
What do
move
you
to the
think,
country.
baby?
Huh?
Or move to the country.
Yeah.
Well, you
There's
can-
nothing.
Okay. Any more questions?
Or even like what happened with the football player, you know, he was a good role model per se, but he had guns when he committed those murders.
Oh, that one that they just arrested?
Mhm.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think it's even safe for anybody.
Yeah. Anything else?
No? No more questions? Any conclusions?
That would conclude my informative speech from my speech 1311 class. Thank you.
Yay!